Welcome back, YouTube, Facebook. I want to thank everybody that's been showing Sexy Dollar 5526 and the paper boy that you can catch on YouTube channel Sexy Dollar 5526, who will both be dropping new music. So today's episode, and it's the premiere, so you know you gotta watch, you gotta share, get involved with your city. And I just want to, like I said, showing some love to the D for this episode, which is Detroit Pimps in the 70s and 80s era. And my guest today is Pimp Greasy.
How y'all doing out there today?
Yes, and how are you doing today, Pimp Greasy?
I'm doing just fine, Mrs. Sexy Dollar 5526. You sexy yourself. How you doing?
Thank you. I want to thank you for coming on to our show, representing for this episode, showing the D how we really do it for the premieres. My web series Exposed, the truth revealed. We like to keep it real here, and express how we feel. We the city of hard knocks and dreams, and we get it done here. So, my first question for you is, what's your favorite line for your hoes when you talk to them?
Well, one of my most favorite lines, it's a classic, is, "Baby, you look so good, I want to spend all my money on you."
Oh, okay. That sounds good. That might work, but not on everybody, but that sounds kind.
It's also true.
Is that back in the day now you use that line, Mr. Greasy?
Oh, that's an eternal line, baby.
Oh, okay. That don't work on everybody now. Moving on. As a pimp, what are your hoes required to do daily, and why?
Well, as a pimp, they got to do a whole lot of things. But, one of the main things they got to do is keep up that body. They got to exercise. They got to be working that whole stroll for me.
I know.
And then they got to bring that money back.
Yeah, because I don't think you can be a top-notch hoe without having a nice body, good looks, and keeping that money rolling.
You want to get that 500 for head and P, then P-U-S.
Oh, okay, now. And, so how old are you again, Mr. Greasy?
Well, you can think of my name first. I'm 47 years old, honey, but I know I look like I'm 22.
Oh, okay. Now, that's nice. That's good. You do look good for your age. So, what is your best hoe doing to get their top jobs? And where do they do their work at?
Well, I'll be glad to let you know that my top hoe, who go by the name of Leah, she does all types of things, from sex parties to threesomes, and she will take a D anywhere. I mean, all 7 hoes and 10. I bet you ain't know they had 10.
Okay. And my final question for you before we get into these mouth-dropping updates that we've missed from last season of my web series, which had to be pretty shocking for some of the people who didn't think that my show was capable of doing all the things that it's done, because it's been viewed internationally. I'm getting love from YouTube, Facebook, whatever, just keep showing love and downloading. So, my final question for you is, are you still pimping?
Oh, yeah. I'm always still pimping out here.
Oh, wow.
105th Street, everywhere. You can catch me. Detroit Pimps don't die, we just multiply.
Okay, that's what's up. Now, let's get into some of last season's updates. That was real fun to just get to know Mr. Greasy, but it's time to get serious. And at the ending of last season was kind of sad because we lost one of our favorite R&B and will always be one of the best, greatest female artists to me in the world, which was Whitney Houston. And I thought that was real horrible how her death occurred. And just some of the information that came along with her death, was shocking, because a lot of people didn't know the cause of her death, and, her still using cocaine before her dying. So I just want to give a brief, tutorial what's going on. But you also know that Rihanna has been casted for one of the people that might play a role for Whitney Houston, which kind of shocked the family and everybody. They're like, "What are you talking about? I mean, come on now, Rihanna." So I'm wondering what you guys think about Rihanna playing Whitney Houston's role in her life. So let's just talk about some things that were going on with her. It says, as reported by us, ever since singer Whitney Houston's ultimate death on the eve of 2012 Grammys, there have been talks about the late legend's life and speculation about who should portray her in the film. Rihanna recently told the press association she would love to play, through association, she would love to play R&B diva Whitney Houston in an up-and-coming movie. Admitting that it would be something that I would have to give my entire life to because I would want to really pull it off. First of all, I just want to know, what do you guys think? I don't think that her voice is even close to the level of Whitney Houston. That's number one. I've never heard her live concerts. All I know really is like this new thing that's going on with the basically, you might as well say robots in the background helping your voice because you can't barely hear their voice at all. They couldn't do any acapella for you without the music or anything. So it says, however, there's reportedly one very important person who is absolutely not a fan of casting pop star Rihanna in the role. Singer Whitney Houston's mother, Sissy Houston. Over my dead body, she states. She like, I'm not having that, and I don't blame her. I mean, you are the person that holds that key. And it says, at 78 years old, Sissy said of the idea, according to National Enquirer sources, Sissy did not think Whitney Houston should be represented by someone like Rihanna. The sources revealed Sissy believed Queen Rihanna celebrates everything she hated about Whitney Houston's life and drugging and boozing and abusive relationships. So true. So because you don't want to make her daughter, Bobby Christina, grow up to think that you know her mommy was the person who represented guys that put their hands on her and drugged and lived the party life. Her mom was not always that way. I mean, it happened to be things change, it seemed, through her life, but she was not. Me watching her in her career, I never seen her start off just horribly as it happened to end for her. And it says, the 24-year-old island star is known for her hard partying ways. Rihanna is frequently photographed leaving nightclubs in the wee hours of the morning and is quite vocal about her weekend smoking habits on Twitter. Whitney Houston, who has battled drug addiction for years, died with cocaine both in her system and all over the Beverly Hills Road where her body was found. So that's just where I want to give you some updates about what's going on with our artists today and how music is going down, because we trying to get music back here in Detroit. Motown has been left us, but we're going to bring it back here.
Oh yeah.
We're going to get the job done.
Let's do it.
You know, and so if you want to hear any updates about Whitney Houston or anything that's going on in her life, and you can go on to theblackman.com and follow up on any information you may want to know about what's going on with her. Wow. So let's move on to some more closer to home situation, which is that Mayor Dave Bean, who has been hospitalized in the middle of the city crisis, and I would wish him well and hoping that he gets back on his feet. But he has been going through a lot of difficulties since being in office, coming into a city with so much turmoil. But I'm going to just go over some of the things that's been going on with him as far as his health. We're finding out is that, you know, Detroit, the mayor, he was hospitalized for blood clots in his legs. He also had acute pulmonary embolism in both lungs, according to Dr. John.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's been having some very heartfelt health issues. And I'm wondering, how can you run a city, and is he going to be able to run a city with all this going on? And just speaking about that, let's go on to more serious things that has been going on, because we knew that we were a city in crisis and a financial deficit, going towards maybe having to have a financial advisor, Mr. Greasy. Yeah. We just been really stressing here in Detroit. We trying to figure out how we going to get out of this deficit, but they have proposed all these budget cuts, how they can help us avoid the financial manager, and some of the things they were talking about with these cuts and some of the cuts that they were going to make it would affect everyone here in Detroit or surrounding areas. Some may think, oh, well, I stay in outside cities, Southfield or Dearborn, and it doesn't affect me. But your kids may go to school here. You may have to come here to go to work. So people should always think that we are in this together. It's no one person who isn't.
Oh, yeah. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yes. So moving on, I want to just talk about some of those cuts. It says that Detroit Mayor Bing plans to cut police and fire pay and get rid of some city jobs as a part of a 2.5 budget his office presented Thursday, a skeptical city council. So that means that the city council really not feeling this plan and does not feel that this plan can help us anyway. So even with the lower revenue projects being expected to surplus close to $100 million in the fiscal year that began July 1st.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that is. And that will be done with less spending, more job cuts, a 10% pay drop for police and firefighters, a reduction in some city services, consolidators of departments, and concessions from city vendors, all under the watchful eyes of Michigan's governor treasurer. The budget reflects the new reality for the city of Detroit under the agreement between the city and governor that is aimed at fixing a district and long-term debt. Deputy Mayor Kirk Lewis told the council there will be significant cuts, he said. The city will no longer be able to spend money if does not have from the city website. So let me explain something to you. The plan is so that we go on with this plan. I mean, I don't know who's going to survive in it all at the end of the day, but I'm hoping we all can stick together and start saving now. But what they're saying is if we can take these cuts, put up what they're dishing us, and still be able to survive, that we could be out of debt by 2014. Now, Mr. Greasy, what do you think about that?
I'm just trying to sit here and think if that's really going to happen, especially with the way that the city is in. I think we're way more in debt than that.
And I think the city knows, and a lot of people are skeptical and don't even believe it. So let's talk about what the people's view on some of these comments that we're talking about. And I'm going to tell you the website in a minute where you can go find out all the information that I'm talking about.
Good facts.
Yeah. And so some of the people are talking about this, and they're like, well, what they're saying? They're saying that the RoboCop status is being paid for fundraising, not tax money. Just saying otherwise, you're correct. They once called Detroit the Paris of the Midwest. So, you know, people feel in different ways. They're like, well, Detroit is this and Detroit is this. Not like we always are accomplishing something, and then somewhere along the way, we're not back down. And
that's what it seems like all the time.
Yeah, and somebody coming here stealing from us, and then they go shine and never come back.
We gonna come back, though.
And we're gonna be a part of all of that. Detroit, trust me. Sexy Dollar channel, YouTube, keep watching, keep sharing, and we're gonna do this shit from hustle and flow.
Oh yeah.
So moving on to some more updates, some more serious updates that's been going on. Okay, so we both also had some serious heartening news and things that's been going on here with young ladies dying here in Detroit, and the men, our black men here in Detroit, Mr. Greasy, are killing our women off. And it's really sad because some of these women are dying from men that they're dating, people that they thought they knew, people that you think are your friends now are no longer your friends. And so it's important that I say before I start going into these last couple of few updates is that, you know, you need to watch who you surround yourself with. Be very skeptical of the people that you trust, because everybody that seems like they're your friends are not. Every guy that might sound like he's telling you the right thing, he's not. You know, you cannot trust everything a person tells you. So, Also, since last season, we had 2 young ladies came up missing from Hamtramck before I, give you the update on what's been going on. And they came up missing, and what happened, Mr. Greasy, in this story is that the 2 young ladies had both been dating these guys, going out with them and everything. Mm-hmm. And while dating them, they happened to see something that they shouldn't have seen as far as what the men had done to other people.
I believe it.
Far as taking a life or harming someone else. And so the young ladies wanted to go off and live their own life. And doing that, they did not want them to tell a story or have anything to tell. So they went and they kidnapped these 2 young ladies. Let me tell you their names. Try to find the two young ladies' names, but it was Ashley, it was Brown, 18-year-old Brown, and 21-year-old Conaway, 2 young ladies from Hamtramck, and they had been missing for weeks and weeks and weeks. They did arrest the 2 gentlemen at first, knowing that the guys had kidnapped them and everything. And upon investigation, it just started coming out there were more guys involved. They never had nowhere where the young ladies had been. They couldn't tell them where the young ladies were at after they kidnapped them. Everybody's like, where are these young ladies, So, coming out, more information comes out, and there's 5 more guys involved. These guys had kidnapped the ladies in the daytime from their home and took the young ladies far out near Rouge Park here in Detroit and the west side of Detroit. And they buried these girls in a shallow grave.
Damn.
Which they talk about here when they say they found the bodies of the 2 Hamtramck girls. Which is so horrible because, like I said, we live in a world where we cannot trust the people that we surround ourselves with. Every episode, I'm begging you guys to take these murders somewhere else. Detroit has enough issues. We're the #1 murder crime city here. Nobody wants to invest in us. Nobody wants to do nothing with us because they think all we want to do is get drunk, get high, and kill somebody. And that's not how we should be living here. Because me and Mr. Greasy, I don't even think Mr. Greasy doing it.
I'm Greasy, but not that Greasy.
I'll get it in. I don't do it.
That's my name.
You know what I'm saying? So, moving on, and the bodies of the 2 women were discovered buried in a wooden area on the west side of Detroit. The remains of the 2 housemates who witnessed the crime were forced into a car trunk and gunpoint nearly a month ago. So they was forced in the trunk in the daytime.
In the daytime?
Yeah, so these guys were ruthless. All they wanted to do to stop this girl from saying something or seeing. But people, all we want is our lives. You do something in front of somebody, you try to harm somebody, people want to survive. They don't care about what you're doing. I bet you they don't even remember your face.
True.
They walked off, they didn't even know.
So true.
Just give them their life. Give them a chance to go home.
Give it back.
And stop, taking our city for granted. So, moving on. They was forced in the trunk a month ago. The medical examiner officer said Monday, Brooke Blackwell, spokesman for the Wayne County Medical Examiner, told the Associated Press the bodies discovered Sunday are Bria Brown and Ashley Conaway once again. The women were found gauged and bound with duct tape in a shallow grave. Both were shot in the head. Blackwell said Brown and Conaway's body were clothed when they were found, said Blackwell, who added they were identified by their fathers. So how horrible is it for 2 fathers to find your daughters this way? Because you seen something and you're a young girl out here dating these guys and you don't know that you dating this thug, that he don't even care no more. He dying tomorrow. You just gotta be careful out here, young ladies, and it's very important because we black women have to stick together. We have to be out here for our generation to survive. Our black men need us here, you know what I'm saying, to support and keep us going. We're going to have to just be more smart. Use our brains.
Yeah, be smart, ladies. Be real smart.
Yeah, so moving on to our next update, which everybody seemed to talk about last season and was a big case. I want to talk about that. which was also little Bianca Jones. And we were so, everybody was so concerned about little Bianca Jones.
In the whole case, it was just a real mess. You know, it's a shame that it's still going down the way it is going down. But in the way that this whole city is and the way that we're trying to get back, it'll get better.
Yeah, but if you remember Bianca Jones, her father, DeAndre Lyon, is being charged now, finally, in her murder. Undoubtedly evidence against him. But the thing is that we've been watching him all, you might as well say, since Christmas time last year. We didn't even want you to get this much, action because we knew when we seen your face the first time.
We knew he was guilty.
You was a murderer. And I don't want to say this, but the girl's mom, she is either in denial or she's a cover-up herself. How is she still walking the streets and she's not, more concerned about being involved with somebody who actually can sit on TV and cry about his own child and take a life and can't tell what happened, where is she, to save her own soul or his own soul. He can't even do that.
Oh, it's a shame.
So DeAndre, 8-year-old daughter testifies against him, stating that the day before the last time she seen her little sister, DeAndre Lane had fatally struck her.
Did he? Is that what?
Yes, he did. And the next day, as taking the daughter to school, she said he put the daughter and Bianca Jones into the car seat with blankets covered over her. She never seen her face before she got out the car going to school. The baby never moved.
That's crazy.
She testified this in court against this alleged murderer.
Wow.
And so, like I said, to do these things that these black men are doing to their kids and their wives and their women, after you lay up and you say how much you want to be with these people, something is wrong with you because you could have ran away from this. You could have not wanted to deal with this at so many times. And so I have no respect for him or what happens with him. I just hope that one day he can give himself peace and everybody in his family peace by letting people know what happened to her.
I hope justice is served with that one.
Yeah, that's horrible. And then on top of all that, the cadaver dogs found DNA near the car seat. Found DNA in the backyard. What is going on?
I don't know.
He has no reason not to tell us where the baby is. We know you did it. And moving on, let's talk about, we know that the 8-year-old daughter of the Detroit man charged with murder following the disappearance of his 2-year-old daughter has testified that she didn't see her sibling awake the morning of her younger girl's reported kidnapping.
Crazy.
The father charging Bianca Jones' case, the father of the 2-year-old Bianca Jones is now officially charged with her murder. DeAndre Lane will arraigned on Thursday afternoon on first-degree murder and child abuse charges.
Okay.
So, but we already knew that. Remember, we heard them say he abused kids. How did he get out of prison and do a live interview? This is what I'm saying. So, her disappearance has frustrated police. Since early December, now the Wayne County prosecutor says she decided very, very soon whether to file charges in case of the involving 2-year-old Bianca Jones. A Detroit man who claimed carjackers kidnapped his toddler in December, scheduled to appear in court Thursday with her murder. So all that has been notified, talked about, and everybody should know that he crooked. And if you want to know anything else about Bianca Jones or help her family or anything, I'm pretty sure Mama has a Facebook page or Facebook. Or you can go on to fox2.com and get all the information about that update and more.
Please do.
Yeah, then moving on to my next update, which was so tragic, and I seen it all over the world, Mr. Greasy. I mean, some of our stories here in Detroit didn't get this much publication, but I want to talk about it because I think it's horrible the way that happened as well. We're talking about the case of Trayvon Martin, the 17-year-old boy who was murdered, and this was in Florida, I believe, and he had no gun or anything, and he lost his life for wearing a hoodie. So I think that is sad, But like I said, it's cases that go on here all the time. Trust me.
All the time.
I mean, personally, in the last couple of months, I know a guy who was on his way to maybe go have fun for the night, hook up with his girl, and he went to the gas station over here and purchased some condoms. Walked out the store, came back, had a confrontation about the condoms and the price, and he died. This person had no gun.
Wow.
This person, I mean, they picketed this gas station for months. It must have, but it never got any TV coverage to where it was international. Never got international.
Right. Okay.
But before, so I want to just talk about a little bit about him, and then I'm going to move on. But it says, I'm sorry for the loss of your son, Zimmerman, a 28-year-old with a white father, and a hearing in Stanford, Florida, making his first public comment since the February 26th. I did not know how old he was. I thought he was a little bit younger than I am. And did not, said Zimmerman, dressed smartly in a suit, but handcuffed and shackled around Martin's parents, who were in court, impressed anger afterwards at the judge's decision. Zimmerman, now this was during the time that you know that judges set the bail for Zimmerman for $150,000, and people were outraged. They couldn't believe he had a bail. But other people that didn't shine a light on the story, from what I'm hearing, is that they had gotten into it before. They had altercations, you know. So who knows? You're not there, and it's like, all I'm saying is, if he did do this and the young man lost his life, that's the most important thing. He lost his life, but it's thousands and thousands of people losing their lives every day, and it's important that we shine a light on all of them and make it important, because it's not just one person losing their life. One story is better than the other. Not one. Because trust me, y'all call us the murder capital. We got some stories for y'all if y'all want to hear something.
Oh yeah.
So moving on, and we shine the light on this update with Trayvon Martin, rest in peace. But I want to just let that part be known once again. If you want to know any information about Trayvon Martin, the Zimmerman case, or anything, you can go on to news.yahoo.com/pass/violence raised hearing us teen shooting. And get all the information about that.
Thank you for that.
Yes. So that's what I'm here for, Mr. Greasy, to keep you informed about what's going on. I also got this one last, maybe you might want to say a little heartbreaking update to you guys. Everybody's been wanting to know what's going on here in Detroit. I mean, we got so much stories to tell, and it's just the season premiere. So you gotta watch Monday. I'm catching up. My birthday just passed, and we partying here on the set of Exposed. We doing it big. We getting fucked up. We partying with Mr. Greasy. So you gotta keep watching. You gotta keep listening. But next Monday coming up will be a great episode, and I will be letting you guys know what that's gonna be. But this last Detroit update is talking about Miss Kalisha Madden, who has been missing from Detroit now for over 4 months. And everybody's been coming on to Facebook, logging on. Her mom, Pamela Madden, has been reaching out for so much help that she can get, because as we can see, the police here have pretty much gave up on the case and have felt like they've done all that they can do for her. So the mom has been doing so much, reaching out to everybody on Facebook, trying to get people from Detroit 300, trying to get people, organizations to get together and petition to go out and look for her daughter. She has recently been spotted near the Joy Road Retirement area, doing this search with help from Detroit 300, and just reaching out, looking for help always with the situation is very hard. But Kalisha Madden, she's a dancer and mother of 6, missing, like I said, over 4 months now. And Kalisha Madden disappeared. The 27-year-old mother of 6 worked as a dancer most recently at the Club Vegas on Michigan Avenue in Detroit. She performed under the stage named Mocha. Madden left the club on November 26th. Her family hasn't heard from her since. Nothing to tips, no leads right now, but somebody knows something, said Pamela Johnson. I won't stop until I find my daughter. And, you know, they're offering rewards and trying to get more help, but it, like I said, it's so hardening to see a mother searching and to see someone with 6 kids to raise. You know, I actually went to school with this young lady, Miss Greasy.
Wow.
So, you know, maybe not hanging with her, but just seeing her and knowing that some of these cases are hitting home now. So it's not like I can just bypass them and not look at them. I mean, I'm a young girl out here now, and I feel like it's important that we women stick together. Stop this hating, stop this who look better than who. Just start watching these men that we involve ourselves with in these places we going. We need everybody's attention, everybody back, to have each other's back.
All right, okay, I understand that.
So you can help with Kalisha's search by logging on to facebook.com on Pamela Madden's page. They also have a page called Help Find Kalisha Madden, where basically the world is going on, logging on, download pics, and just posting them up. So if you want to help her family and send a prayer, like I said, go on to facebook.com and go on to Pamela Madden's page, or you can go on to helpfindKalishaMadden.com. And that's enough sad stuff for Detroit news. Moving on. Hopefully next time we talk about what's going on here, you guys, we'll have more happier news to talk about.
I hope it is positive.
Yeah, Mr. Greasy. Yeah, Mr. Greasy, but we back. Now let's talk about some other stuff. This is some trippy stuff now. We got to talk about some real stuff that's been going on since, you know, the season finale. Now, one of my favorite favorite reality shows out, y'all. I have a lot of them because I'm just a reality queen, Mr. Greasy. And one of my favorite ones is Chloe and Lamar Odom.
Yeah, all my hoes like that.
That is my favorite reality show because they are a real married couple and they just real people. I mean, I didn't think it at first. I didn't want to believe that their marriage was real. I thought that it was all because, you know, Chloe has always been talked about, the one mostly talked about through the family. I always try to make it seem like she's not the prettiest one, but that is my girl. She cool. She the realest one. She say whatever she thinking, and that's why I think I like her so much. But her and Lamar are perfect. You know, Lamar probably has been looking for somebody like that his whole life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because from what I'm hearing, he lost his mom. He's a good basketball player. He needs somebody like Chloe in his life. And she's, like I said, very opinionated about her money. She's very smart. And it just works.
She's real loyal, too. I love her because she's just a loyal
It just works, y'all. And I'm telling you, you should watch it. It comes on E. But guess what? I'm crying because it's been updated and I'm feeling kind of bad. But I'm going to tell you about this first before I go into the final update about them and get you kind of sad with me. Now, Chloe and Lamar Odom moving to Dallas because of Lamar's trade from the Lakers, which really hurt Lamar so bad. If anybody watched the show, they know. And if they know Lamar, even if you're a girl and you don't watch basketball, you know that Lamar was with the Lakers for years. And he helped them get championships. And he's just been the deal on that team for years. So all of a sudden, he's dropped. And then all of a sudden, you see Chloe and Lamar leaving L.A. sadly stricken. Lamar is hurt. He cannot take it. He's like, oh my God, my friends, my family, what's going to happen? Also, in the midst of all this stuff, you got a young couple married, and Chloe is under pressure from the media, from the world. Oh, why don't you have a baby? Because she's the youngest. I mean, you still have Kim who hasn't had a baby yet, and she hasn't been married long enough, so I feel like the pressure. I mean, yeah, they have been married going on 2 years now, but I mean, if it's not working right now, you got Lamar who's struggling with his career, someone who's young still, who can still have kids at any time. So my big thing is just like the world should back off of them a little bit.
They should. I think so too. But I mean, because these two are trying so hard as a couple, you know, and they need their privacy.
Yeah, and I'm about to step on into it a little bit more and tell you why I'm so sad.
Why?
Because my favorite reality show is leaving. Rest in peace, Chloe and Lamar. Well, they're leaving the show because Chloe and Lamar also decided to cancel the show their way I mean, they're a very popular reality show because apparently the show is more popular than Lamar's basketball these days.
Yeah, it is.
And they're saying his career is tanking because of the show. I don't believe that. I'm mad because I don't want you guys to leave, and I think it's a bunch of crap. I think that you can play in one part of the world and come back and just... I mean, look at your wife. She makes us laugh all the time. She's crazy. She's like me. So don't do that. I think that your career has been long lasting. I think you're a great NBA. I just don't know what else to say. I mean, if you retire today, I don't think anything would be lost. But,
no, not at all.
You know, a great man to society. And we would still get to see you all the time within the show. Okay. I mean, you're kind of nasty, but you know.
Everybody call me nasty.
Yeah, kind of nasty. But so how many of you guys, and I'm just wondering this because I want to know how many of you think that they're going to last now, that the show is going to be canceled. And after this episode is aired, you could come on, because I want you guys to start with my updates. Start coming on to after the episodes where you see the comments, hit your like, share, download to those MP3s, you know what I'm saying, whatever phone you need to download this high and important channel, do that. And once you do that, I want you to start going to those comments and leave your comments and let me know what you thought about it. So let me know, do you think Chloe and Lamar are going to stay together? And is this relationship going to make it? Because, like I said, I really am rooting for them. And they say that if he can, you know, if he decides to come back, he's welcome. But I just wish they wouldn't have left so soon.
Yeah, that was too soon. I actually do love that show, and I watch it. No matter how much y'all think that Pimps don't watch it, we watch the Chloe and Lamar show.
Yeah, that's what's up. Because, like I said, I mean, why let a season and a half go, y'all? I mean, you've been doing so good, and it doesn't have to be the main focus of him always being there. We don't have to always watch him play at all, but we want to be there in your lives, and we want to see what's going on.
Oh, yeah, always.
So moving on to Basketball Wives, my other reality show, which everybody knows about. It comes on VH1 on Monday nights, and I really do like it. So this season has been a killer for you. If you watch this season, you probably thinking in your head, like, what the hell is wrong with Evelyn? She just crazy. I mean, the bitch is hitting people with plates. She's basically rude. I mean, we all know that rich, but I'm just saying, like, how do you come around people that's not genuine? Tammy became ruder, you know, more of the I'm going to follow who has the money this season. Shawnee played more of the I'm that bitch role, while the other girls put themselves out there, and everybody knew that it was Shawnee that put it out there, but they were trying to blame each other. So it was kind of crooked at the end of the day.
That is crazy.
And I just gave everybody a title since I just thought about how I felt about them this season. I said, Susie, you a follower. Tammy, you a high-class follower / bully. You got Royce, the realest. That's always the realest one, because if you look at it, she's the most strugglest one. If you go on to basketballwives.com, she is going through a lot right now. She has gag orders on her not to talk about her son, and she's been able to do this now for going on a season and a half, and I think that 2 seasons, and it has made her more intense, because you can see it hurts her not being able to express her feelings about her child when wanting to, because of issues with her ex-husband, basketball player that she was with, and the situation with him. So I do want to give her the realest. Keisha, the new girl, passive. We see that because every time something goes down, I'm going to quote Tammy, she does walk out the room.
Wow.
But a lot of things that I didn't like how there were moments where you seen Keisha, you seen Kenya getting into it with Tammy's about comments that they said Detroit made Coco from WJB, I believe, or whatever, premeire made, and they were just talking about how Detroit people were and how one of the cast members, Jennifer, was just saying how Detroit women and Detroit people were so low, and they speak on us as if we're scum here. So if you look at these shows and you start seeing what they think of you here in Detroit and how they feel about you, it just starts making you want to be a better person for yourself, not just for them. Because when you see them, the whole point is just to stun them every time. I mean, non-stop action, like really blowing their mind. Because these women are catty, shiny, like I said. She knows exactly what she's putting these women through. And most of them are perfect actresses, because you have Evelyn. She's really casting out for her reality show with her new fiance, Ocho Cinco. Because they're going to be the first one dropping their new spinoff. But before I go off into that, let me talk about some things that's been going on with Evelyn Lozado. She became the target of boycotts after this season. Just some of the stuff that she's been doing. People, the media, and her, how do you want to say, peers or people that's looking at her on screen are tired of her bullshit.
What?
So they like, we don't want to buy your stuff in the store no more. We boycotting you.
Hell no.
So some of the things that's been going on with her has been outlandish. They're saying her attitude it sucks. So let's talk about that. I mean, fans have had enough of Evelyn Lozado. After 4 seasons and several fights later, Evelyn is feeding a petition on change.org called Boycott Evelyn Lozado. Lozado is a bully. The violence on Basketball Wives is horrible and disgraceful. Physical assault, threats, verbal abuse, harassment. VH1 is awarding this behavior by giving Evelyn a spinoff. Don't reward negative behavior. And that's true, because she's the one who's getting a spinoff. But see, this is what people want to start thinking, that when you come into the media, Mr. Greasy, just act wild, digging your ass, and everything is going to be
Is that right?
Yeah.
What the almost made me
digging your ass and be cute, and you're going to be on TV.
Hell no.
And this is what's not important. So why is Detroit not being noticed for who we are? I mean, we got the baddest bitches, the baddest pimps, the baddest whatever you want to see, the baddest bum on the corner. Just fuck with us then. And you know, I hate to be cutting on like this, but this is a real web series. That's why it's called Exposed, the True Reveal.
It's not G-rated, people.
Yeah, so I mean, we still talking about Evelyn, because as you can see, she's the baddest bitch on the show. She has a spinoff.
Well, she acting like it, and she got one of the richest motherfuckers.
Let's look at some of the pictures from the fucking Basketball Wives. Some of these pictures, I'm going to give you a second to look at them. You may see these wives with the kids, or
I see them.
Family, or their significant others, and who these women are attached to through the show. A lot of guys people didn't know that they had kids, or that who they were with, or what basketball player they were with. It's ways that you can find out about that
just
by going on to basketballwives.com.
Check it out, people.
I'm looking at some of these people, and I see Pilar and Dion, that we know that's Football Wives, which hasn't came back out after that got canceled. The first season? Who do I see? I see Royce with her son, which she's not allowed to talk about ever. I feel like it sucks for her. Who else? You see Jennifer with everybody. I mean, the most important person in her life, which is herself. That's all that's in the picture. And
all right.
You see Mika, who was kicked off the show and beat up by Tammy last season, with her husband. So we see, and you also see Nene, I believe that talking to Jennifer. So like in the picture, you see a lot of connections. You go on the website, find out more about these frisky women and how they get money and their basketball wives way, and their basketball husbands pay for it.
Check it out, people. It's informative.
That's what's up. Go on basketballwives.com and check that out. Now let's move on to some more reality, because I like to be in y'all business so much, because everybody loves a D story. I mean, but I do want to give a shout out to my show, Let's Stay Together, which is a good positive update, because Let's Stay Together, it comes on BT on Tuesdays after the game. Watch it. Representing D had all good positive thoughts and talks to say about us, and I really do think it's a good news show. they had all positive things, like I said, to say about us. There's not too many people that you watch on TV that you see. Also watch the game. Shouts out to them because they have much love for Detroit. And I do love all y'all, Pooch Hall, T, Tamir, Moultrie, all y'all on my page. You know I love y'all. Keep watching, keep sharing, straight from the deep.
All right.
This other web series, Mr. Greasy, because I know you don't probably get into all this stuff, but I'm just trying to keep y'all men updated.
Oh, we down.
With the world, which is Atlanta Housewives. So that's my other favorite web series. And, I mean, I keep saying web series, but reality show. There will be changes with next season. I mean, breaking news that we heard from, sources is that Sheree Whitfield, she was fired.
Damn.
On terms of being bored. Nene talked about that at the reunion, but being bored, boring, and also requesting more money after the reunion. I'm pretty sure she did feel kind of blasted the way Nene put it out there that she did get her and Kim the job, and that Sheree always thought she was better. But reality check, you didn't do it on your own. And it's always good to be humble. That's why when people get their little money and they just fall out, get off the scene and they don't ever come see people again, you'll be back one day. And trust believe, you gotta come see that person and pay the piper, and you gotta hear what they got to say at the end of the day. So let's not forget that. But they said she was fired on the terms of being born. Nene in the reunion, who said she got Kim and Sheree with the housewives. Then you have with Kim, who did a total 360 with her new baby. She's about to get married. She's the first one with the spin-off show, which kind of surprised me, but which is good for Kim Zolciak because she's, out of all of the originals, she would be the most interesting besides Nene. Because Sheree never was exciting to me because for some reason she thinks she's bad and she's the shit. Sorry, Sheree, I have to tell you. You're out here.
Put her on there.
So,
get her ass.
She has another baby on the way with this man, and now she's about to get married, which is a spin-off show. Don't be tardy for the wedding. I mean, she's turned that candy whole slung into a whole nother.
I see that.
Yeah, a whole nother industry, and so they're still talking about that on the reunion. How they want to move on past that with the friendship, but you can still tell that Kim is not totally acknowledging everything that Kenny has done for her, so she probably won't get that favor again. She'll have to take that song and go with it. So moving on. So the spin-off show, we know is going to be tardy for the wedding. So let's look at some stuff. And it's going to be airing on Bravo too as well. And you'll be able to check that out on Sunday nights, which is a good web series. Good reality show for people and relationships, people who want to get married and
that's what's up.
In that rich life. He's a basketball player. He's a football player. His name is Corey, which he is a great man for her because he's buying her nice rocks, big houses, very, very supportive as a husband. I think for him to come in and become a stepfather so soon and through the relationship and be able to support her, I think is amazing. Kim Zolciak came from dating someone like Big Papa, like something like her pimp, to going to someone like Corey, established football player. I think it's great for her. So I want to show just some pictures from the reunion of the ladies, which was a 3-part reunion this year. It kind of was a bunch of bullshit because the people that they involved that weren't even, because I never understand what was the whole point of Marlo the whole season anyway, because she isn't even a housewife on the show, really. Is she want to be signed?
She just joining in?
Or is she just joining in or something?
I guess so. What the fuck?
Well, she had a lot of manly things to say, like,
yeah, she had a deep voice.
That through
I heard that
last season, so she had a lot to say. And we're going to just keep flicking through here and just show you guys some of the stuff. Y'all can go on to AtlantaHousewives.com and check out all this stuff about the women and some of the things that went down in last season. hopefully the second season will be better.
Okay.
We do know that there will be more replacements and be looking for 3 to 4 new different women on the show with the takeout of Sheree and Kim and possibly Nene. Because we know Nene has big gigs with Glee and all these big things going on with her, which she's stressed that she's so rich. We might not see her.
And she said she got that Donald Trump money.
Donald Trump money, so we might not see her no more. But one person I'm going to tell y'all about my show, I would love to see my sign, keep it real, birthday month candy, is to you. And to get this money and to keep watching and seeing you. Don't let them girls keep hating you because you the richest one on the show. Because I'm watching and I know the real. I mean, a lot of people probably don't know when they see because a lot of followers out here, but I see it. So moving on to the last update that I think is real hot and interesting is who did not know and who did know Mr. Greasy, Pimp Greasy, if you knew, that Kanye and Kim Kardashian was dating.
Well, I knew about them, you know, like they were over there possibly dating and stuff, but as soon as she got done with Chris, she just decided to move on over, and
it was too soon. I don't believe all this.
No, it was way
if they were really talking the way they said this has happened in the last 3 to 4 months, doesn't that mean that
yeah, it does mean that she's a whore, a media whore, as well as a personal whore, because she just jumping ship. Like a bitch jump ship, she jumped.
Oh yeah, and she's getting the money while she's at it, but my thing is that it's not, at least she's not marrying 3 or 4 like J-Lo used to do.
Oh yeah.
So she trying to keep it down a little bit. It ain't working, but she's still young also, and Kanye, he dates people like Amber Rose, stuff like that. I'm not gonna say I don't like him. It's just he has his style of his own. I'm gonna say. Okay. They have a lot of comment. They have a lot of comment. But let's talk about what's been going on since they've been dating. You got Kim Kardashian wraps up a day at Kanye West's apartment. Wonder what they were doing, Mr. Greasy. So it says. Seems like the two are becoming connected at the hip. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West were reportedly once again, this time, duo was captured heading into Kanye's Central apartment to end the night's festivities. Kim was dressed in a suede platform, LeBron pumps, and fair pink quilted skirt, while Yeezy rocked neon yellow sneakers.
Oh yeah, I got his shirt on.
So we know they like this stuff. We know they both love money, and we know they both love attention. But let's talk about a little bit more. They seem happy and look intensely into each other's eyes while the paparazzi continue to snap flicks. Now, do you think they doing this because they want? Because you know she's paid. She pays the paparazzi. Paparazzi pays her. I mean, this has been going on with her family. This is the only reason why she's even anybody.
I see.
So this is what she needs is the paparazzi. So do you think that do you think that his big move from Amber Rose, because he also is in the fashion like the ladies.
Oh yeah,
he knows all the right moves.
He was on her show.
He knows everything. And if you guys remember, through the whole time she was married through Chris, and even through the Kim and Courtney show, you seen her with Kanye's studio in New York. You seen them hook up. You seen them friends. So it's kind of shocking that you guys are just not getting together. But it's intensely flirted to the camera on Wednesday night, April 25th. The PDA was changed from earlier Wednesday afternoon when Kanye was seen attempting to leave Kardashian's hotel on the low. Wow. So this is the thing is you want to be sneaky, but what is it because you don't want us to know when you guys hooked up? Who cares? We just want to know, do you want to be together? Are you going to pop out little babies? So, moving on. Minutes later, Kim followed as the two were being secretly about the romance all of a sudden. The pair has been spotted multiple times during the week, which is surprising considering Yee's normal reclusive behavior. Throughout the week, they were seen at restaurants in Middletown, Manhattan, hitting Amar's Palul's dinner at Catch with friends, Lala and Carmelo Anthony. Now also, and you know, that's my other couple I too do think, even though they're boring in the web, I mean, the show is getting boring and boring by the minute, Lala, I really think you're too pretty for that to be having a show and all that money. You got to get more interesting. I know you got some story. I think you just hiding them. Everybody got a story to tell. You can keep it real. I mean, you ain't got to be fake with all that money. It's something in there.
Not at all.
So, Carmela, they all was hanging out. And they also headed off to Scott Disick's, which is Courtney, the older sister's baby daddy, needs to be husband now. Restaurant opening. Rue. That's his new restaurant, I guess, called Rue.
What the hell is that?
So these are shots that don't come out of Kanye West's apartment. And y'all, you know it's just the new hot couple, New York's hot couple, money-making couple. Everybody wants them to have a baby.
They dirty.
She's going to have a baby.
Slut.
She's going to get married.
Oh.
New reality show.
True.
Spin-off.
Slut.
So, how long will this last? Is it for the dollars, you guys think? Come on, leave some comments. Go on to channel sexy$5526 on youtube.com for tonight's episode and just tell me what you think about these women. What do you think? I mean, the Kardashian women, I only think out of the three, the most loyal would probably be Khloe and Courtney.
Yeah, I agree.
And, yeah, but the most smart out of those two would be Khloe. So it's just smart enough for you guys to just be able to put together who you think is smart enough to really have a good relationship. Reports that Kim reportedly cheated on ex-husband Chris Humphrey with Kanye West. This is what sources are saying. I mean, it must be something true to that because, like I said, he was spotted on the show a few times where she had went to visit him, and the hugs weren't very sociable. Just I know you. They were kind of fuck you.
Weak.
But so reportedly, Kanye West has it out for. It says reportedly, Amber Rose has it out for Kim Kardashian.
Does she?
Amber Rose is Kanye West's ex-girlfriend, and everybody knows.
Bitch.
Because why do you think she has it out for him, America? I think it is because he dumped her for some Armenian ass, and she left her husband, and it's been fucked up ever since.
Straight up.
And it's just all tied into this episode and how pimps do pimpish things, and women can be pimps and men can be pimps, and it's all that happens right all the time.
Don't get the wrong idea about pimps, everybody.
Pimps and pimps, Mr. Greasy. So, now maybe they could be happy this time together. Maybe, you know, she finally found the love of her life.
Oh.
And if that's true, we're happy for her. And you can find anything about her and Kanye's life together, and if they're going to make it, on rapfix.mtv.com and get all the pictures and information.
Check it out, people. Check it out.
Yeah. So I also got one more update for the night, and we moving on, getting straight to my questions I have for you for this episode.
Alrighty, I'm ready.
Get jiggy with it. But my last update is also would like to promote the new music of the Paperboy and Sexy $5526 that's dropping probably in the next 2 weeks. It's so stressful because me as a writer and the Paperboy, we've been looking for beats for months now. People that's serious, that really support us, that's really watching, but that know us and that know what's a hit and what's serious. And sometimes, even if it takes getting a listening team together and sitting down and sampling music, listening, that's what we have to do. But as far as putting bullshit out here, using other people's beats, I've never done that. I'm original. I write all my music. I do believe that we have hits in the process here, and that they are hits. So if people can log on and keep reaching out and showing us love on Facebook.com, on YouTube.com, channel 5526, I think it'll be all good, Mr. Greasy. And the Paperboy, you can catch him. But we also want to just promote the music that we have coming out. And it's 2 songs. One song that is going to be written and featuring Sexy Dottie 5526, written by the Paperboy. It's Hustle City. And we'll probably be putting out a preview for that song. But I also have a new song that I wrote, and it will be a remix coming to that after this original is dropped. It's called Hands Up. And it just puts you in the mind of someone that you tired of playing their games and you just want to catch them up and you want to get it over with and you want to end it. And that's what it's about. So let's promote them and keep watching this and showing love, and that's how we do it.
All right, I heard about them too. They some up and comers.
Okay, sure. We are. We've been playing internationally viewed, Bahamas, South Africa. Shout out to everybody Pakistan that's been watching. Detroit, Facebook, YouTube. Keep watching, keep sharing. I hope you never get bored. So let's get into this week's episode, which is Detroit Pimps in the 70s and 80s era.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, baby. And so with some of these updates about them, because I don't, know if a lot of people knew some of the stuff that I'm about to tell you guys about,
Oh, it's a lot of things. I mean, this is only scratching the tip of the surface, honey. Only scratching the tip.
Yes. And I want to go over these things with you guys so you guys can know some of your information that you needed to know. About your pimps and keep you informational.
Let me just let everybody
you want to
know.
watch.
It's been going on for a long time. It's been going on since
Tell us
Jesus'
about the
time.
pimping game.
Pimping has been going on since Jesus' time. It's true what they say. Pimping ain't easy, but it's easy for me.
Right, that's true. But it's always best to keep Detroit updated with information about how pimps,
Oh yeah, we always
really lived their life back then, because we know y'all really did some things. And
I mean, we always got to keep it popping, and keep it dropping. Even though it's 2012, we still do it the same way that we've been doing it since the 1970s, 1980s. I've been pimping since 1974.
Okay? But pimping is pimping, and I hear that all the time. I say, I know that Mr. Greasy gonna tell us about how pimping is really done.
I mean, we always gonna let you know about how the fuck we do pimping around here. This is how we do. This is what we do in the D.
Yep, and I'm just trying to give you some real lowdowns about how the pimp do it. So.
All right, that's what's up.
Let
me take a quick break right quick. Gotta check my pimp machine.
Excuse me?
I might need to check my pimp machine.
Okay.
Do I need to check my pimp machine?
I mean, don't you got it here, right?
It's on my pager in the back.
You got the pimp mobile here.
Oh yeah, it's all black and yellow.
Right. But who does not know? What did anybody know back in the day, or do you know, Mr. Greasy, what was the most used car back in your day?
Well, back in the day, the most used car that we used was It was a 1974 Cadillac, long body, with the red stripes on the side and the inside match the outside. Still candy paint.
Okay.
Especially in the day.
Okay, and so in 2010, I don't know if you guys know, but in 2010, there were, let's say, 99% of pimps arrested.
Wow.
All over the world. And 10% of those pimps came from Detroit.
That says a lot. Yeah. That says a lot. This is Pimp City. It's Pimp City for sure.
Yeah, and also they said that 10% of men, what was that? 99% of men and women here in Detroit are pimps.
Well, I think that's a little bit untrue. Even though most men here do wish to be pimps, it takes a lot to be a real pimp. I'd say it probably hover in the area around 20 to 30%.
Yeah, probably. I think so too.
Still a large number.
Did you know that 20% of the people here were pimps? Oh.
I mean, I knew it because all of us had this thing we go to called the Players Ball. Perhaps you heard of it.
Yeah,
and it's true. So I mean, they are there, and Detroit has the most pimps. That always come at the Players Ball.
Okay, and that's how we do it here in Detroit. We pimping hard, we do it big. And so the most, did anybody know what the most used car was? You said the Pitmobile, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the most well-known pimp known in Detroit was Angelo Henderson, and that information you can find on DetroitNews.com. The most used Pitmobile car you can find on DetroitNews.com as well. And I also told you guys in 2010 there were 99 pimps who were arrested, and 20% of them were from Detroit. And you can find all that information out on DetroitNews.com.
All right, look it on up. Well, just ask me.
Yeah. So let's jump on into tonight's episode, Mr. Greasy. I want to thank you for coming on and having fun with us, going through some updates, talking about some of these deep and interesting topics we were talking about last season, just going over them with us.
That's what's up.
So, what happens when the hoe comes home, right, and she's short of cash? Do you, A, give her more cash to add with cash she had, B, get mad, C, smack her, D, make her get out on the streets, or E, B, C, and D?
Well, I know for a real pimp, I'm choosing E, because anytime a hoe shortchange Greasy, I'm getting my money back one way or the other. Don't make me have to get the poverty now.
I know that's right now, because you can't make money unless you're getting that motherfucking head out there and doing what you gotta do for them hoes, huh?
Including head.
Yeah, that's gonna be. But name 2 clubs that pimps hung out at, and name some drinks they would have.
Well, I know that me and Jack Bendelow, back in the day, they used to call him Jack the Ripper for obvious reasons. Well, we used to go to this place called the Apollo and the Bohemian. We always used to order Jack and Coke, or, just a straight up shot of Crown Royal on the rocks. A pimp drink. That's a pimp drink.
Mr. Greasy, okay now. So, does a pimp find love or want love, and why is this if you say no?
Well, true pimps, we only love our money, not hoes. That's why we not married. That's just the rules of the game. As hard as it is to, accept it. We might end up loving our hoes, but after that, they no longer are hoes. They are wife.
Oh, I understand that. So, basically what you said is you can't turn a hoe into a housewife.
Not necessarily. You got to get your hoe off the street, train her, and she can be a housewife in due time.
Well, I know hoes don't act right. That's what I...
Gotta get that act right.
Okay. So, what's the average amount of kids pimps have, if any?
Well, it depends on the age, but if you around my age, you usually got about 4 to 6 that you know of.
Is that how many you have, Pimp Grease?
That I know of. I got 3 of them that I know of.
Damn, pimping ain't easy, is it?
No, that's why we pimp. We gotta feed our kids. We gotta feed them.
Damn it. Okay, so how long can a pimp hoes? And is this legal? Name one city it's legalized in.
Well, the usual is, from age 18 to, I say, 50. I think you could pimp a nice hoe about 32 years, you know what I'm saying? But they usually get fucked and out the game. The only city I know of in America that's legal, for pimping is over here in Vegas. Out of America is Amsterdam.
Yeah, and those are some hot spots I would love to visit, because even if you were hoe there, you would pay, ho.
Taxes.
You know it? So, moving on, Mr. Greasy, and you're doing a great job, for your age. I know it's hard for you to keep up.
I got a little bit of Alzheimer's, but, it's all good. The pimp keep me good.
Describe your dream hoe.
Well, my dream hoe is one that's obedient, I usually like them thick, you know what I'm saying? Because most guys, they don't like anything unless it got some thighs. You know, light skin, I mean, it's up to a pimp's motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? Like a pimp's motherfucking preference, light skin or dark skin.
True.
But for me, light skin, and they gotta be between the age of 24 to, I say about 35. That's when I usually let them go.
Okay, 35, you let them go? Get you a new house.
Sometimes sooner than that.
Okay.
Depending on the workload.
Okay. What is the normal percentage to give a pimp?
You ever heard that song? It's not a 50-50.
Whoa.
60-40. So if my hoe make 100, or I want 60, she make 200, I want 120.
See, that's why I never understood the whole game. I could have never been a hoe, because I'm not bringing all my money home to you. I get mine. Deuces.
We get y'all the real business, the big ballers.
And you know, I'm more like the pimp myself. I can't be pimp. So, you know, that's how we do it around here on $60 $5-5.
Let me tell you something sexy. Any pimp that don't have a hoe is just a prostitute. Any hoe that don't have a pimp is a prostitute.
Okay, that's true. That's true.
Otherwise, you a hoe.
Okay.
If you got a pimp.
Okay then. So do you think pimps have this job because they're lazy users? If no, why?
I mean, you actually have to work hard to be a pimp. It's hard out here trying to be a pimp. It's a gift of gab and charm. Not everybody can do it. You gotta know how to be talking to them. Talk to them fast. Talk to them sexy.
Oh, okay. So name 5 pimp colors, then tell me your favorite.
Well, I've seen a lot of pimp colors. My favorite overall color is black, but if I ain't just wearing my shit, my favorite pimp colors is purple, gold, silver, white, and my last, but certainly not least, is the baby blue.
That's cute.
But my favorite color, purple.
My favorite color, purple.
Yeah.
Check out the eyeshadow, ladies. And moving on, how much do you think the top hoe should be paid? And give us an amount.
Well, the usual
and this is our final and last question.
Right.
Bonus city around here at the season premiere of Exposed.
Well, the usual is 200 for head and 300 for pussy, but my top hoe, my top notch hoe, I call her Leah.
Okay.
But she make 500 for head, 1,200 for pussy. I only put her down there in Vegas. She don't work up here. You know what I'm saying, fellas? So y'all
Okay now. So you fellas, you want to see some of his hoes? You heard what he said. Now this is the original gangster, Pimp Greasy from the Detroit area. Getting at y'all guys, let y'all know how he did it, old school pimp style here in the 70s and 80s. What they did, what they drunk, who they hung with, and we trying to do it big here every year. So let's move on to this week's Fact Finder, because like every week, every episode, we're going to have a Fact Finder or something that you could go find for yourself and find out what website, or even talk about, bring up anything you may know about this Fact Finder. This week's Fact Finder is name 2 main avenues pimps made their money. Would you like to answer that for me? Well,
2 places where pimps make their money now that I know of is one on the west side, all up and down 6 Mile from Southfield all the way down there, Transvestite Land and Highland Park. Sorry, Highland Park, sorry about that. But
Palmer Park Woods, all the Transvestites, get at them over there. You can always catch them on Michigan late night.
I don't deal with trannies though, I'm sorry.
I don't know. I've heard something about the Henrys. I don't do that, but I've heard about the Henrys late night parties you guys are having, booty licking times or whatever.
And the last part, I gotta give to the east side. They got they fair share pimps. You know what I'm saying, for y'all east side niggas, is all up and down Gratiot. I'm not just talking downtown. I'm talking from motherfucking Van Dyke all the way down to motherfucking 8 Mile. That's how we get it.
Straight hoe show. I also want to talk about Fink Town. Shout out to everybody from the Fink Hood all day, every day, that knows about the Fink Strip back in the 70s, 80s, that knows about the pimps and the OG gangsters from this neighborhood. Just log on to this episode, give your comments, talk about it, because we will be sharing more updates from this week's episode next Well, Monday coming up, so it'll seem like you didn't get to miss anything because we'll be hitting you with something else new right around the corner.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said, just keep on following on and watching us. And check me out. Check Mr. Greasy out. What will you be doing, and where can they catch you out here in Detroit?
I'm going to be pimping always, and you know you can catch me on www.greasy.com.
Okay, now, Mr. Greasy. And you can catch me every Monday at 10 o'clock with me and the paper boy, me and whoever's on, Exposed, the Truth Revealed, with this new season of hot new topics and true facts. We out.